everyone, it's Libby from Maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome. That's W-O-R-I-M-I in case you're wondering, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Whoo-wee, it is a Monday, and there is a lot happening, but there's a lot that my guides want to peer at. Do not feel you have to watch every video. They're getting a bit long. I would like to have kept everything under 15 minutes, but man, that went out the window forever ago. So don't feel that you have to watch everything. Just pick and choose. Okay, so what do I want to have a look at? This one's a little bit different. I'm using the Tarot Grand Lux, which is what my guides are leading me to. And I want to have a look at the vision I was given last night. Now, this is something really strange. Like as I was drifting off to sleep, I don't even remember what, I think I had Danny Shea on and he was talking to Dr. Gale about first encounters with extraterrestrials or something like that. So it was completely, absolutely nothing to do with what my guide showed me. And what did they show me? They showed me the image of the Cowra, C-O-W-R-A, if you want to have a look at it, look it up, the Cowra breakout. Now, Australians would know what the Cowra breakout was. What it was during World War II, like just about every other country, we built concentration camps or camps of some sort, detainment camps, I think they're called. Just like the UK did, just like the US did, and Canada, and etc. and so forth. So there was a confinement camp built at Cowra, C-O-W-R-A, where those of Japanese descent were interred. There were also potentially Japanese POWs as well. Now, there's a whole big, there was a movie about it. It was a fabulous movie, and boy, oh boy, did I cry. But what my guides were giving me in this vision last night is that, actually, I'll pause you and I'll bring it up and just give a little blurb about the Cowra breakout. Hang on a sec. Right, so it was a camp where I think about 1,000 Japanese prisoners of war were kept. It was deep within Australia, 195 miles due west of Sydney, 314 kilometres, and Cowra was the nearest town. It was a prisoner of war compound. Actually, it's saying where 4,000 military personnel and civilians were detained throughout World War II. The prisoners at Cowra also included 2,000 Italians, Koreans, Taiwanese who had served in the Japanese military, as well as Indonesian civilians detained at the request of the Dutch East India government that later became Indonesia, I think. Okay. So in August 1944, there were 2,223 Japanese POWs in Australia, including merchant seamen, blah, 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 15,000 Italian prisoners, and so on and so forth. So what happened is that, if my memory serves me correctly, because, it is quite a long Wikipedia page, there was a breakout on the 5th of August 1944 when just over 1,100 Japanese prisoners of war escaped. Now, they used improvised weapons, so shanks and tools, etc. There was a manhunt thereafter. 4 Australian soldiers were killed. 231 Japanese soldiers were either killed or unalived themselves because the movie was horrific. When there was the threat of being returned to the prisoner of war camp, they chose death over captivity. So what I was getting, now you're asking me, where is this going? What is she yapping about the Cowra World War II breakout? I got very clearly that there is going to be a similar event with an ICE detention centre in the US. Now, with the Cowra breakout, what happened is that a lot of the actual civilians around the area knew these prisoners of war. They used to work on the farms during the day and would return to the camp at night. They were seen as human beings. And so therefore what happened is a number of Australian, squeaky white Australian citizens protected the escapees and helped them. From what I understand. I may be completely wrong there, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that there was an element there. The vision I was getting, and I was being told the Cowra breakout as an example, was that there was going to be a mass breakout from an ICE detention facility. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So I'm going to ask my guides, and as I split the deck, I get the Fool card, new journey, something new path forward, and I get with the Three of Wands, a plan coming to fruition, but it might be a foolish endeavor. But it is one of those, I can't help but get that there's going to be a similar style mass breakout. So I want to have a look at it. There's Seven of Swords, lying, stealing, deception in regards to these people that are being detained, pretty much stealing everything from them. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Their dignity, their health, their respect. It's just awful. Okay, so I want to have a look. Why are you giving me this vision? Now, I mean, when I read on Alligator Alcatraz, I got that it would be a bit, when it was very, very first in the building stage, I got that it would be abandoned, and I was seeing, flapping tent fabric. Well, that came to pass. A lot comes to pass. It's just not necessarily immediate. Am I getting, why is there going to be an ICE detention facility breakout similar to what happened in Cowra in 1944 in World War II, where the prisoners of war overpowered the guards and escaped? I mean, they didn't get very far because, to be honest, they look very different. They were a long way from anywhere, so they could be readily identified, but I just want to, and therefore recaptured. These are different. This is different. Show me, why am I getting the Cowra breakout in regards to an ICE detention facility? Come on down, let's have a look. Justice. Divine justice, actions having consequences, justice being served, justice not necessarily in the way that we view justice here, or it may be an injustice, like a significant injustice that occurs. Okay. And then we've got the King of Swords as the challenge, a legal challenge perhaps, or this could simply be a warrior strategy. It's almost like, okay, we've tried the justice system, it's failed us. Let's shift to a different level. Taking justice into their own hands type thing. Okay, the energy stewing underneath this is some sort of announcement that's made from the White House, some sort of executive order. Now you've got to remember, executive orders aren't legal. They actually have to go through either Congress or the legislative process to become legal. There's some sort of announcement that's going to be made here, and the Judgment card, an uprising, a collective awakening, a call to arms, and an uprising. Yeah, I think there's going to be. You've got here the Empress, the nurturing, the caring, the birth of something significantly new, there might be an announcement that comes out of the White House in regards to women and children that is just awful. Would not surprise me. Or Russia, sending them to Russia, or just sending the detainees to Russia or something, because it is the Russian card. There's going to be some sort of announcement that is just a step way too far, way too far, and it's pretty much got nothing to lose. Okay, the Five of Swords, got nothing to lose. Absolutely. The externally, we've got the Four of Coins, keeping a lid on the plan. Internally, but the plans are being made. Three of Coins. I don't know which one it's going to be. I don't know where it's going to be, but there's plans being laid. Hopes and fears. The Four of Cups. Hoping that it doesn't come to this. The outcome, the Moon card. Oh boy. Page of Swords. The uprising of the young, and the Two of Swords. Having to make a decision. You in or out type thing. And then we've got the Ace of Cups, something that is emotionally overwhelming and can no longer be denied. And it's to do with the Three of Swords, but like really, really, really deep betrayal. It may be something to do with sending detainees to the Ruskies, perhaps. I mean, I've often seen that the regime will attempt to send some sort of troops to help the Ruskies against Ukraine. We've got the North Koreans already going. Insanity. The legal system has failed us, having to choose our own direction. Yep, I can't help but back that up. How will it go? Nine of Wands, behind the bars, down and out. How, if there is an uprising, how will it go? If there is an uprising, Cowra type breakout, how will it go? Okay, I'll look from 2 points of view. I'll look from the inmates, the detainees side first, and then I'll look from the guards. Just to give me a little bit more. Will the detainees, how will it go for the detainees? The wheel turning. They've got nothing to lose. The Justice. There's that King of Swords again. And Seven of Wands. Something changes where they feel like they have been betrayed by the justice system, and they have nothing left but to fight for themselves. The Six of Cups. Children, perhaps, to do with the children, or it could simply be a promise that was made, money exchanged, moral, financial, ethical corruption, and there is an announcement about it with that Ace of Wands. Could be about sending the young people to their deaths with the Four of Swords, into the military with the Knight of Swords, and there it is, the Five of Wands, the breakout. It's going to be some sort of announcement. Manipulation, Hermit, money changing hands, Two of Coins, the Ten of Swords, harvesting of the money, and the Chariot being sent away. Manipulation that they're trying to keep under wraps, where somebody's getting paid handsomely to exchange exchange these people, making a profit out of it, like it's trafficking at its worst, getting paid to send these people away, and it's done chaotically. Oh boy, okay. I think they're going to be left with no alternative, but I think they're actually going to have the support of the United States people at the time. Yes, as I split the deck, yes, they are. They're going to have the ace of, I mean, it's all about money. It's all about to do with the traffic. Yeah, but I think that's a big yes as well. I think that's a big yes in that it is an announcement. Can't get over that there's an announcement coming out of the White House that perhaps they're going to send these people lunacy overreach. The moon and the Ten of Wands, just lunacy overreach. And there's that Seven of Wands again. Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, telling me yes and yes, emotional overwhelming at this announcement. And it is just such a betrayal with that Seven of Swords. Oh, far out, man. So yeah, I can't get over the feeling there's going to be some sort of announcement about these, or some sort of news that comes out that these deportees, I don't know where they say they're going to send them, but they didn't send them there. They sent them to the front line in the Rusky region. There's that again, big yes, in exchange for being paid. Oh, in some way. Okay, how's it going to go for the guards? Show me the guards of this detention centre. Oh, someone's going to open the gates. The Two of Wands. The gates. There's somebody opening the gates. The Six of Wands. A victory of some sort. And the Hanged Man, because they view what is happening. They're seeing it's almost like once this is announced and the money harvesting is announced, they open the gates, because there's the Devil and there's the Four of Coins, the wealthy merchant hanging on to his money, and the Tower card. Just how's it going to go for the guards? I think there's going to be at least one guard that's going to be on the side of the detainees. You've got Temperance, you've got the King of Cups, and you've got news coming really quickly following this announcement. And then you've got the Page of Wands as well, and the Ten of Swords, and the death for money type thing. It's just going too far with that Ten of Wands. And there's the Judgment card coming out. Nine of Swords, nightmare situation that they're going to walk away from. Shine a light on the lunacy of it. Knight of Cups, an emotional offering, and then the Ace of Swords. You've got the Ten of Cups and death here, a decision that needs to be made. The family's torn apart, sent to their death, and a decision being made. Yeah, I think, okay, it's going to happen. I think what is going to happen is that there is going to be some sort of news that comes out or announcement that's made. The world ending of the manipulation. You've got the Justice card and you've got the High Priestess, the hidden agendas. Something's going to be exposed where that was delusional. That was delusional with that Seven of Cups. There's something going to be exposed where it's revealed that these detainees are being sent to the front line, perhaps in Rusky, or the intention is to send them there, and it's just way a step too far. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Love to you all. Take care.